Hello guys, today we will be covering inter-VLAN routing by using the router on a stick method. So as we can see here, this is the IP address for VLAN 2 for these two PCs here, and this is the IP address for VLAN 3, which you can see for these two PCs here. We'll need to configure two trunk ports, one here and one here. We'll also need to do router configuration by doing sub interfaces and creating VLANs on the two switches. So on the first switch, let's open it and create the VLANs. So first of all, let's go onto the CLI. Let's press enter and let's type in enable. Press enter and type in configure terminal and press enter. This will allow us to go into global configuration mode. Now what we want to do is create the VLANs. So what we want to enter is VLAN 2. Okay, let's name it admin for the admins. Let's make this an admin VLAN. And that's it. Now let's go and exit. Let's type in VLAN 3 and let's name this users. And there we go, that's switch 1 done. Let's do switch 2. Press the CLI icon and let's press enter and let's type in enable. Let's type in configure terminal. Let's press enter again. Let's create the VLANs. So VLAN 2 will be for admins. Let's press enter. Whoops. Name admin. Let's press exit. Okay, let's type VLAN 3. Name will be users. And let's press exit. Now, what we'll need to do is to join these interfaces to a VLAN. So we want to put PC1 in VLAN 3 and PC2 in VLAN 2. So what we want to do is press enter and let's type exit first to get out of that. Let's type in interface F01 for this interface here. It's an abbreviation. Press enter and let's type in switch port mode access. This will put the switch into an access port which we can use to add to a VLAN. Let's put switch port access VLAN 3 for this VLAN here. Press enter. Now we'll need to do the same thing for VLAN 3. As we can see, it's joining the VLAN because this has turned orange. This will turn green again soon, so you don't need to worry about that. Type in exit again, and let's type in interface F02 for this interface, and let's press enter. Now what we'll need to do is type in switch port mode access to make it an access port. Let's press enter. Let's press switch port access VLAN 2 for this VLAN here. Press enter and that's the configuration done for the switch. Now let's do the next PCs. So on the other switch, let's type in interface F02. Let's press enter. Now let's type in switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 3. Now we'll need to do the same thing for the other interface. Interface F03. Let's press enter. Let's type in switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN. Our VLAN number, which will be VLAN 2. That's done. Now, what we'll need to do is create a trunk port right here. We'll need to create a trunk so these two can communicate. We'll also need to create another trunk port here. As say if VLAN 3 wants to communicate with the other VLAN 3, they'll need to communicate over the trunk port. So let's configure this now. Let's go to the first switch. Let's type in the interface name. Interface VLAN 3, well, not VLAN 3, interface 3. Now we need to make this a trunk port, so we'll need to put in switch port mode trunk. Now this will make this into a trunk port. Now we'll need to do switch port trunk allow VLAN 2 and 3. This will allow these two VLANs to cross over the cable. Let's press enter, and that's the trunk port configured on this side. Now let's do it on this side. Let's type in exit. Okay, that's nothing to worry about. That's because this isn't configured as a trunk. So let's type in interface F01. That's done. Now let's configure this as a trunk. Switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allow VLAN 2 and 3. Now this has been configured. Now let's configure the trunk here. Let's press exit. Let's type in interface F04. Now let's type in switch port mode trunk and switch port trunk allow VLAN 2 and 3. Now the configurations have been done here. Now we need to do the router configuration and then add the IP addresses to our specific PCs. Let's open this up. Let's type in enter and let's type in enable to enable this router. Now let's go into global configuration mode. Now we'll need to get to this interface. So what we want to do is press interface F0 G000. Let's put in no shutdown, which will turn this interface up, which it has. Let's type in exit, and now let's go into interface G003. The 3 indicates the sub interface 3, which is for our VLAN 3. Let's press in enter, and we have created a sub interface, which is indicated here. Let's enable encapsulation. If you don't know the full spelling, you can press the tab button to complete it. Whoop, maybe not. There you go. Yes, you can see encapsulation .1q, which is what we want. And let's put in the number 3. If you can spell part of a command and press the tab button to complete it. So let's put in the IP address, which will be IP address 192. This will be for our router 192.2.1. I'm pretty sure for this. Yes, it is. That is right. Now let's put in the subnet mask 255.255.255 for a type C address. Let's press in enter, and that's it done. Exit. Let's do the other sub interface tab. The sub interface will be G002. Let's press enter. Let's type in encapsulation tab .tab 2 for VLAN 2. Now let's type in the IP address for the router, which will be 192.168.1.1. Now subnet mask 255.255.255 for type C IP address. Enter, exit, and that should be the configuration done for the router. Now let's test this by configuring the IP addresses. Press the config tab, and the IP address is already there for the router, which is good. Let's go on fast Ethernet 0, and let's type in the IP address, which will be 192.168.2.1. Subnet. Okay. Whoops, made a mistake. It's used by the router. 192.168.2.2. Now we'll need to do the same thing for the rest of them. Click on PC2, go to the configure tab, put in the IP address, which will be 192.168.2.1 for VLAN 2 router. Type in 192.168.1.2. Press enter. That's done. Let's do the other PC. 192.168.1.1 for the default gateway. 192.168.1.3. There you go. Let's do the final one. Go on the configure tab, give the default gateway, which will be 192.168.2.1. Whoops, wait. May have made a mistake. My apologies. Let's type in the IP address, which will be 192.168.1.3. Subnet mask has already been put in. Now let's test communication. Let's press here. And let's go to desktop tab and command prompt. Type in ping 192.168.1.3. Let's see if we can communicate. May take a while because ARP, it will be using ARP requests, but take a while to come back. As we can see, we can ping to this PC4. So let's try to ping PC2 on the other LAN, on the other VLAN. Type in ping 192.168.1.2. Let's see if we can communicate with this PC2 here. Yes, we can. Let's try to communicate with the other PC. We can ping ourselves, which is good. This is how you do inter-VLAN routing in Packet Tracer.